On the outskirts of a small, quiet town, there stands an old, crumbling mansion, known to the locals as the Dead House. Abandoned for decades, the house is shrouded in mystery and fear. It's said that anyone who enters never comes back. Legend has it that the house holds a dark curse, one that hungers for new victims. The Dare group of 5 friends Emma, Jason, Sarah, Mark, and Danny decide to take on a dare one cold evening, spend the night in the Dead House. Laughing nervously, they arrive at the house at dusk. As they stand before the creaking, ancient doors, a gust of cold wind sweeps by, making them hesitate. Still, they push forward, forcing the rotting door open and stepping into the dark, abandoned mansion. Strange events begin the moment they step inside. The air feels heavy. Dust hangs in the air like a thin veil, and every floorboard creaks under their feet. They laugh off their unease and begin exploring the house, but soon strange things start happening. Jason hears footsteps behind him, though no one is there. Sarah feels an icy chill on her neck, as if something was breathing down her back. In one room, Mark swears he sees a figure standing in the corner, but it vanishes when he blinks. The mirror. As they explore the upstairs bedrooms, Emma comes across an old, cracked mirror hanging on the wall. She steps closer, curious, but as she gazes into the mirror, something horrifying happens. Her reflection distorts, her skin turns pale, her eyes darken, and blood starts to drip from her mouth. Behind her, in the reflection, she sees a shadowy figure approaching. Frightened, she spins around, but nothing is there. Panic and desperation terrified, the group decides to leave, but every door they try is locked. Windows won't budge. As panic sets in, they split up, hoping to find a way out. Jason and Mark head to the basement, while Emma, Sarah, and Danny search the upper floors. The house seems to come alive. Faint whispers fill the air, doors slam shut on their own, and shadows move just out of sight. The basement horror. In the basement, Jason and Mark stumble upon a dusty old journal. They flip through its pages, revealing a history of dark rituals performed in the house. The journal explains that the spirits of the sacrificed victims are trapped in the house and it craves more souls. Suddenly, Jason is grabbed by an invisible force and dragged into the shadows. His screams echo in the darkness as Mark tries to help but is powerless to stop it. Betrayal. Back upstairs, Emma makes a shocking revelation. She tells Sarah and Danny that she knew about the curse all along. In her dreams, the house had called to her, and she brought them there as part of the house's plan. Emma believes she's destined to survive and that the house wants a sacrifice. Sarah and Danny look at her in shock, realizing that she has betrayed them. The entity appears as Emma finishes her confession. The house reveals its true horror. A monstrous entity, tall, skeletal, with hollow eyes and a gaping mouth, emerges from the shadows. It offers Sarah and Danny a deal. One of them must die for the other to escape. Emma steps forward, certain she will survive, but the entity ignores her, its attention fixed on Sarah and Danny. The sacrifice. In a moment of desperation, Danny sacrifices himself, offering his life to the entity so that Sarah can escape. As the entity consumes him, the house begins to collapse, its walls crumbling and floors giving way. Sarah runs, barely making it out before the house is reduced to rubble. Danny's final scream echoes in the night as the dust settles. The curse continues. Sarah stands outside, gasping for breath, thinking she's safe. But as she stares at the empty lot where the dead house once stood, she hears Danny's voice whispering her name. She freezes, realizing with dread that the curse didn't die with the house, it followed her. The screen fades to black, and the final sound is Danny's faint, ghostly whisper.